Dear students, as I told you in the previous class, the fundamental equation can be interpreted in two different ways depending on how marginal capital output ratio delta K by delta Y is defined. If we use the first definition, that is measured increase in capital divided by measured increase in income, we have the first growth rate, namely actual growth rate. Actual growth rate. And as we have defined, y dot by y is equal to s by v, y dot by y is equal to s by v, and y dot by y into v is equal to s, is equal to s. Now, if we define marginal capital output ratio V as per the first definition, that is the ratio of actual change in capital divided by actual change in income, then V is equal to delta K by delta Y is also equal to I by delta Y, because under the assumption of no depreciation, we have delta K is equal to I, and substituting the values y dot by y into I by delta y. I by delta y can also be written as I by y dot. So, y dot is equal to S. S is equal to S by Y. S is S by Y. And cutting these two, we have I by Y as equal to S by Y. Or multiplying both with Y, we have I is equal to S. I is equal to S. And what does this mean? The basic equation of Harrod model, the fundamental equation, that is delta y by y is equal to s by v, explains the condition for steady state growth or dynamic equilibrium in terms of equality between saving and investment. Condition for dynamic equilibrium or steady state growth is defined in terms of saving investment equality. Now, if a marginal capital output ratio is given, this interpretation shows that the fundamental equation is a truism. The fundamental equation is a truism. Truism means it is necessarily true and follow from the definitions. That is, delta y by y is equal to s by v ensures that I is equal to s. So, stated differently, actual growth rate is definitely true, or the expression for actual growth rate is definitely true because it expresses the accounting identity that I is equal to S. That means if we define capital output ratio MCOR as per the first definition, then delta y by y will be equal to y dot by y is delta y by y is equal to the ratio S by V. And since this growth rate is based on actual MCOR, we write it as GA. Actual growth is equal to S by V. GA is equal to S by V. And remember this growth rate is defined in terms of actual equality between actual saving and actual investment. And it is known to you that this is always satisfied in an economy, because from your classes in national income accounting identity, it is known to you that saving is essentially equal to investment in an exposed sense, because consumers' plans to save is matched by actual investment, whether it is desired or not. Something familiar to you, because this is an accounting identity. And capital output ratio here is defined in that terms only. It is measured increase in capital divided by measured increase in income. That is, at the end of 1 year, they have a particular capital stock, desired or not, divided by change in income. That will give you the actual MCOR, and this is always true. And this V can be any number. It may be, this V can be any number, delta K by delta Y can be 5, 2, 3, 1, whatever it is. And this will not ensure true equilibrium in a growing capitalist economy. And in order to define the true equilibrium in a dynamic growing capitalist economy, we have to consider the second definition of marginal capital output ratio, namely VR, the desired change in capital divided by the desired change in income, and it is defined by the entrepreneur's requirements for capital given the rate of growth of income. That is known as warranted growth rate, something which we will see in the next class.